We're here at the store and museum of the Spangler Candy Company, handling the sweet tooth, I guess you could say, of Northwest Ohio since 1906. And here we are 106 years later, and I'm thrilled to be back here. I always love coming over here, taking the tour, and seeing what this place is all about. It's been an integral part of the workforce in Northwest Ohio for those 100-plus years. Kirk Vasha, who's the president and CEO, joins us today. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you, Rick.
You are fourth generation of the Spangler family taking over the leadership here, and it's all about history and evolving over those 106 years.
That's right. It started out with the three brothers. We call them the first generation, and then they had several sons and daughters. There was actually 8 second-generation members that were involved in the family. 6 of them were males and 2 females. Things have changed a little bit. The females actually, when the males went off to the World War II, the females actually came in and did a pretty good job of running the company while the men were away. That was the second generation. Then we had a third generation, and we're all the way down to the fourth. And we had our first fifth generation Spangler work here last summer as an intern, so we're real happy about that as well.
Taking a step into the next generation, so to speak. As time evolves, of course, technology evolves as well, too, and a lot of things have changed in the manufacturing here, but it's still the tried and true. Good quality ingredients and then good people to put that all together.
That's right. You know, the basic cooking processes are very similar to the way they were back 60 years ago. And of course, we have a lot of technology to automation and heating and things like that, but the basic process is still the same. We've just made it more efficient over time.
Your workforce. I mean, you've got a great workforce here, and that, too, has seen generations come in and through.
That's right. Well, we really are a family company. Of the 440 employees here, we have over 20 active couples here in the factory. And, of course, a lot of people, their parents worked here, or their daughters or sons work here, so we really are a family community in that sense. Of the 440 people we have here, almost 100 have been here more than 25 years. So we got a lot of people who know how to make candy.
Dum Dums put you on the map, so to speak, but there's so much more than that. We have the candy canes, and so many more items that you can find here in the store and that are manufactured here. But the Dum Dum always seems to get the spotlight. Do you have a favorite flavor?
Well, the watermelon is my favorite, my personal favorite, but of course we like them. We like them all. We do different types of flavors. We rotate them. There's a lot of people that like their standard flavors. We try to keep those in the bag, but we try to keep some fresh ones too. I've got some examples of some new ones that we have put out this year. This is Dolce De Leche. This is kind of a creamy caramel that's very popular in Latin America, and Americans like it as well. It's got a really good creamy taste to it. We also have our fruit punch, and we'll actually test these with consumers around town to make sure we got the flavors just right. We have a quality lab that does that, and that's a lot of fun testing the flavors. That's one of my favorite parts of the job. And then we introduced mango about a year ago, and this has been really well received. So we'll put in new flavors every once in a while and pull out some old ones and try to keep it fresh.
Is there any truth to it that a Spangler or somebody in that bloodline has to approve and rubber stamp every flavor that comes out here?
Everyone has to come across my desk before it goes in.
That's a pretty good perk of the job, too, at the same time. We talk about candy canes. You're probably Santa's best helper at the same time. You guys manufacture candy canes not at Christmas time, but year-round.
That's right. We make candy canes pretty much every day of the year, and it's always Christmas. It's always Christmas here. We're the only candy cane manufacturer left in the United States, and so we do quite a bit of business around the Christmas time, but we're making it year-round, and our warehouses build up during the summer, and they're empty in the winter. And when they empty out, that's when we have our Christmas party, and we tell our sales team and our production team, hey, if these candy canes don't get out the door, there's no Christmas party.
A lot of pressure on them to do that. Also, you can get a unique perspective because you guys do offer tours of this place.
That's right. We have our when we had our 100th anniversary, which was 6 years ago, we opened up our store museum just as a kind of a test, and we rented a trolley. Well, it was so well received that we ended up just buying the trolley, and we have tours Monday through Friday, and you can check our website for the exact times. They vary throughout the year, but we've had thousands, tens of thousands of tour participants go through on the trolley, and it's a great thing for kids and adults alike.
Right. If you don't mind, we'll take a sneak peek on the inside, and thanks for having us at Spangler today.
We're glad you're here.
I'm with the Vice President of Manufacturing here at the Spangler Candy Company, Steve Kerr. Steve, great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we talked, got a lead in. We talked about Dum Dums, of course, putting Spangler on the map, but candy canes are right there too. You guys produce a lot of candy canes annually.
Yes, we do. We're the second leading manufacturer of candy canes and the only manufacturer in the United States.
I always thought it was at Santa's workshop we made candy canes, but it's happening here at Spangler. You're going to take us through some of the process that takes place. I know we're in a very warm room to begin with. Tell us about what we're seeing right now.
What you're seeing now is the candy cane cooks. They are responsible for cooking the candy and cooling it down, and also making the stripes for the cane and all the way to the spinning process. We keep the kitchen about 98 so that the candy stays pliable. So they have a lot of responsibility for the quality. They actually start the process and are the ones that are responsible to make sure that we have good quality products and that the product will run through the machinery well.
Traditionalists out there, we think of the peppermint candy canes, but it's so much more than that. Jelly Belly's a big name with your candy canes now, too.
Yeah, we do lots of different flavors and colors now. It used to be just red and white, but not anymore. It's mostly different colors, different flavors. We do Jelly Belly, we have a Smartie cane, so we do a lot of different types.
You know, candy canes famous for their stripes, and that's a very unique process, how they get those stripes, too.
Yes, it is, and this is a jacketed cane where they do several different stripes and different colors. So they're basically laying out the stripes. Really important to get the right pattern, the right colors, and the right spot, and also the texture of the candy. So it's a very important part of the process.
It's almost a form of art, because to me it looks like a blob right now, but the way they can get those uniform stripes is amazing.
Yeah, and the stripes are important, and they do make it look really easy, but if you or I tried it, that would definitely be a different outlook from a quality standpoint.
Red and white, are those still the #1 candy canes? Do you produce more red and white than any other?
Yeah, commodity cane is the red and white, and it is definitely the highest far as quantity that we do.
Well, we saw the big bulk of candy being loaded into this machine, and now we're starting to extrude it and thin things out just a bit.
Yeah, this is the spinning process. The operators here are responsible for the product all the way from the batch roller, and it gets sized down and cut into the appropriate pieces and then gets wrapped and crooked. And they're responsible all the way through this process to make sure your candy's feeding really well through the process. They're also responsible for the quality, making sure it's got a good quality wrap, and also that the crooks lengths are correct, so and the cane lengths are correct. So they have a lot of responsibility for the quality as well.
Timing is the key, because we have to keep it pliable. We talked about the heat in this room itself, but even to get the crook in it, you need that pliable.
Yeah, and they're responsible for the heat on all of this equipment is heated all the way through to the next area where it's air conditioned. And if they don't have it pliable enough, when it goes to crook it, it'll break. Or if it's too pliable, when it goes to crook it, the crook will open back up. So they do have a lot of responsibility in making sure that all the parameters are met.
Give me some sort of idea, how many candy canes can you pump out of this facility?
We make about 1.5 million candy canes a day.
1.5 million a day?
Yeah.
That's a lot of crooking.
Yeah, that is a lot of crooking.
Well, we saw the process of candy canes, but like I said, Dum Dum really the namesake of the Spangler Candy Company when it comes to confectionaries, and we're actually in one of the newer parts of the Spangler Candy Company.
Yeah, this is the brand new addition that we put in with all brand new automatic case packing equipment, and the baggers are existing baggers, but we've relocated them to this area to actually automate a lot of our process.
Steve, behind us is an interesting piece of machinery as we're seeing bags of Dum Dums come off the, I say assembly line, but the conveyor belt here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the operators here are responsible for setting up the baggers. We do different size bags, so they'll set up the equipment for whatever size bag we're running. They're responsible for making sure the seals, good quality seals on the bags. They're also responsible for the automatic case packing equipment, which is our new equipment, making sure that it's set up and doing the appropriate things and troubleshooting the equipment if there's any problems. So they have a good responsibility, making sure that we're getting a good quality product out as well.
So as this company's reputation grows, technology is growing right along with it.
Yeah, we have a lot of new technology. So the operators are all learning. We're doing a lot of training now with our employees, in-house training with some of our suppliers. So we're trying to keep our workforce up to speed with as we change our equipment.
Steve, we do 1.5 million candy canes a day. How many Dum Dums we pumping out?
We were pumping out 10 million Dum Dums a day.
10 million a day.
10 million a day. That's a lot of product.
It's a lot of suckers, that's for sure. And I always ask, what's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor is probably blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry. All right. I guess it's different strokes for different folks, but we appreciate your time and all you do here at the Spangler Candy Company. A great place to work.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm with the Director of Human Capital here at Spangler Candy Company, Nikki Mosier. Nikki, great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Congratulations, first off. A member of senior management now, too. First female ever to hold that position, so congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm honored to be a part of this organization.
People out there, I mean, I look at the Spangler Candy Company from the outside looking in. I love what I see. I've had the opportunity to do segments like this on TV. Really a neat atmosphere in here. And if somebody wanted to be part of this workforce, what are you looking for when somebody comes to work here at Spangler?
Well, we need the qualifications that we're looking for. Is they have to have their high school diploma. They need to have basic math skills, good communication skills, able to read and write. And then when you get into more of the skilled trades positions, they obviously need to have more experience with mechanical, electrical, those sorts of skills. We look for honesty and integrity, people who have teamwork skills and a positive attitude, dependable and responsible employees that are able to maintain attendance and punctuality, adaptable and flexible and motivation to grow, respectful behavior where they exhibit professional and respectful behaviors towards their coworkers, a strong work ethic with initiative, and the willingness to work hard and accomplish tasks, responsibility and accountability for safety, being safety conscious at all times, and offering suggestions for safety improvements.
Another thing I noticed, longevity of employees. It must be a pretty good workplace, but a lot of folks have been here for several years. In fact, it becomes a generational thing with some families.
Yeah, we have about 22% of our employees who have been here for 25 years or more.
You give them the opportunity to grow within the company, too. I'm sure you guys almost encourage that, too.
Absolutely. We do provide educational assistance for employees to go and get formal education at formal institutions such as Northwest State Community College. In addition, we do a lot of in-house training, specific training that's related to their job, safety training, and other developmental skills.
Thanks for joining us on our tour of the Spangler Candy Company and to find out more what it takes to be part of this great workforce. You know, they've been here for 106 years, and by the looks of things, they're going to be here for many years to come. I'm Rick Small.